All right. Hey, what's up? Um, this is gonna be a really quick video, but I just wanted to put it out there. This is my new, website. It's not really new. I launched it about 4 or 5 years ago. It was called the Low Float Report. And so, if you know anything about stocks, and you know about low float stocks, it's a niche, a genre, so to say. And I just wanted to go over the site really quickly. So what is a low float stock? It's a stock that can take off really quickly, right? But I'm not going to get into all of that here. I just want to go over the website a bit. So this is the site, and I'll explain each section, right? So what we have here is a site that monitors all the low floats. And so usually there's a market analysis during the day. So we're in midday right now, and this is what's going on for August 4th. And here you can see our market stats. You can see, all the different genres of tickers and what's going on in the market. The coolest part of the site, personally, is one, the record breakers, right? So these are low float stocks that broke records today. So as you can see for BTBD, it broke three records. It broke its record for volume, for volatility, so it had its biggest range and its biggest move ever today. So it broke all three of these records. As you can see, if we look on Finbiz really quickly, you can see it had an extraordinary move from $2 to a high of around five. So that's a big play, and that's an example of what goes on with a low float. And so with tickers, we can click on them, and you'll see the data. You'll see the records. And the previous record for this was back in 2022. So this is significant, right? And this will be in play tomorrow. And so you can see some raw stats for the ticker on the site. But going back, yeah, these record breakers, they say a lot, and they tell you a lot. Because nobody really knows this. I don't see anyone who tracks when low floats break records. So that's really cool. Moving on, I have watch lists, and these watch lists are really good. So the superstars watch list is basically how many of these are on different watch lists, and if they're on multiple watch lists, we give them a score and we give them stars for how important. As you can see, BTBD is the number one for today with 19,000 in relative volume. And then we have record breakers. So these are, as I said above, these are all the stocks that have broken records today that are all low floats. This is above pre-market high and open. So basically, these are the things that ripped. As you can see, BTBD is number one today. And we can look at another like LICN. As you can see, it was like no volume, and then all of a sudden, it just ripped. Usually, that comes with news. I see something about a stock split today. And this is near real time, right? But going back, so change from open, you know about that. I don't need to explain that to you. Gap up, stay up, whichever stocks gapped up and did not go down, did not sell off. High relative volume, super important when trying to find super liquid and super volatile plays. And volume greater than the previous day. I like this because it lets me know what stocks woke up and by how much volume. So now, really getting into it, I'll make this bigger, is this, right? This is the table of low floats. You can sort them by anything, by previous volume. This is really cool to see what what was in play yesterday. So this is greater. So for Rhea, today it has about 547 million, and today is 123. So it's like continuation, but it died down. So you can see that gap percentage. We can sort by relative volume. We can sort by float, which is awesome. You can just see what has the lowest float, and if you just like to get into those, from whenever, change from open and just total change, previous volume, volume, and price. Now, what's really cool about this is obviously the filtering. So if I only want $10 low floats, max of 20 with a minimum volume of 500,000 and a float no more than 10 million, you can get that right here. And you can see it specifically and clearly, which is awesome. So now I'll just go through real quickly through the sections. So we have top picks, right? So top picks are basically those record-breaking stocks where you can just see the records that they broke, and it gives a little more detail. I have to fix the market cap portion. It tells you the float, tells you everything, and the type of records that they broke and when they broke them, right? So this is really cool. I'm gonna change it. Top picks, I don't want to call it a pick, but that's what we're at for now. Oh, also, when something breaks a record, we have this banner here that'll pop up, and you can see 7 minutes ago this happened, so it's pretty cool. And then the screener, this will likely be limited to something premium, but basically you can search all tickers for the day. So today we have around 2,834 low floats that we're tracking today. And so you can search through all of them through this filter, which is really cool. And like I said, it's updated near real time, not really in real time for obvious reasons. And then we can get into the history. This is what I really like. This is probably a premium feature. But you see, as we talked about the record breaking stocks, well, I track them every day. So I can see based on each day what did what. So when I'm going into the next day, I could see on January 29th, Soup X did this. It broke 2 records that day, right? And then on the next day, it broke 3 records, and it did some crazy stuff. So you can you can track and see what happens when stocks break records. And I've done some correlation analysis. It's really rough, but it shows you what is tracking for multiple days. So these tickers within the correlation were over multiple days. So they had action at least 1 or 2, so you can see the first time it was seen and the latest that it was seen. So it was a 2-day pattern. So it's worth looking into. But I have some things behind the scenes that's even more better than this. But for right now, this is the feature for correlation. And then moving to market reports. Right now, these are like sample reports, but every time we launch a report, we can see the report. We have the history of the report. When the report ran, what was the current record breaker? So you can see this morning, July 27th, the record breaker was MCVT that day, and it did, 19%. So you can look back and see what I don't want to say prediction was, but what was going on in that time frame. So this is really cool. You can see all the reports. And then the regular stuff, about what we do, blah, blah, blah. You're not interested in that. And if you need to contact me, you can contact me here. Get in touch here, Discord, YouTube, StockTwits, everything like that. But now, let me show you some of the cool parts, right? So in Discord, this will probably be premium feature. I send all of the record breakers within Discord. And so this is just one type of alert that will come to Discord. This will be like a premium feature. And as you can see, it's very detailed, and it states the ticker, which record it broke, etc., etc. And there's going to be more on that. But I really just wanted to give a general overview on the site. And we have dark mode. You got to have dark mode, right? And yeah, it's live, lowfloatreport.com. You can check it out. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think if you're in the stocks, if you're in the low floats. This is really cool. Other cool part is you can close out the sections, right? If you don't want to see certain stuff, you can just close it out, which I like because sometimes I don't want to see all the different things. And as you can see, we have a little banner here for the hot stocks. It just shows you what's going on with those. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you check out the website. Let me know what you think. And yeah.